Hello, folks. Hello, and welcome to Tavern Chat. Oh wait, no, this isn't Tavern Chat.
Different.
Well, it's the Tavern Chat channel, but actually, it's Gamer's Health. And I'm having a thing.
Oh, okay. So Tavern Chat is the umbrella.
Yeah, it's
for
the
all
umbrella.
of us.
It's the umbrella,
The
and this.
parent podcast.
It's just
Or
that's the
whatever we
parent.
call this shit.
Well, I guess it's a cat. Well,
A cast of sorts.
a vidcast.
I guess.
A vidcast. Well, I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And with me, as always on Saturday night, is none other than my lovely wife, Rachel.
Hi.
Look at this. It looks like she actually, she did. She lost her hairs.
I did.
She's
my special shampoo.
You have
They said to look out for discoloration, but then again, you know what? I don't have any pigment to my hair. I'm just happy it's not turning like red, like the color of the shampoo.
There you go. Paul, welcome. I was about to say, you have that Daryl Hannah look from Mermaid. Wow.
That's going back.
Talk about dating oneself. Not that I... Dating oneself.
Cute movie, though.
Yes. But just saying, it has me thinking of such.
No.
By the way, the shirt that I'm wearing, this was a benefit shirt that Barstool Sports did
for Jonathan Diller.
Why?
It's on the other side.
It's on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It's on the other side. So,
this is an officer that was part of the, what do you call it? CRT.
CRT. Critical response team, I guess.
Yeah, and so yeah, he was shot.
Shot and killed.
Yeah, about
no,
probably more than a month ago.
No, I think it's about 6 weeks.
Yeah,
7 weeks.
And down in Far Rockaway.
Yeah, so I mean, I was very impressed that Barstool Sports right away put up the shirt. So not only did all the proceeds from the sale of the shirt go toward this cop's family, but they also matched it. So it was a twofer. And I detest shirts. What are these? The crew necks?
Crew neck, yeah.
I hate crew necks because they're always tight. This one, it's not wrapped around my neck, so it's one of the ones I can actually.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable shirt,
and it's a nice quality shirt. If you've ever gone to ShireCon, it comes from ShireCon. That Tom Wilson purchases for the con. It's similar fit. I don't know if it's the same fabric or not. Probably not. But
well, how far can they be? It's usually a cotton blend.
But it's
if not fully cotton.
The neck. So it's a great pickup.
Yeah, these kind of shirts came in really handy during radiation. Because they told you to have cotton things so that this way it could breathe and that you wouldn't have anything harsh against your skin. So yeah, these shirts are really good.
Okay, we may be having a trouble on the YouTube side. This is what this is telling me. I do see that we're having trouble streaming to YouTube. This may be an issue on YouTube's end. We'll let you know when it's resolved. Please check YouTube to ensure the stream feels okay. All right, so hold on a second, folks. This is going to be embarrassing as I go to the live and listen to myself.
Here we are, but we're kind of. Are we on a delay?
I just paused it because I didn't want to hear myself talk.
Oh,
but we're.
But you could have listened to me.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I could have listened to us. It's muted anyway. So there we go. So it's working on the YouTube side. So I don't know why it's telling me it's not.
Oh, but then it's green up there now.
Oh, so now apparently
it's green up that way.
All right. What can I tell you?
We still have the red light there. The red
thing. The live views. Well, we are, Rach, just so you know, we are simulcasting not just on YouTube, but on the Facebook.
And on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
Nice.
On X. And
on X too.
And on Twitch. So if people start twitching, then everybody though that is commenting seems to be on the YouTube side.
Okay.
Paul, the Vertigo Garden, the Gardyn, Gardyn, is doing awesome. We have 3 different types of basil going on, which reminds
We're gonna
me.
have to pick tomatoes soon.
Yeah, the tomatoes gotta get picked. Maybe I'll do a tomato salad tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
'Cause we do have the fresh ones,
Mm-hmm.
and our strawberries are doing great with that. I can harvest some lettuce. We'll get to the full gardening thing in a bit.
Yeah.
We actually have props. We actually have show.
No, not props.
Not
They're
props.
actually legit things.
All right, we got show and tell. We got show and
Yeah,
tell.
show and tell.
We got the show and tell stuff.
Yeah,
folks.
they're not props. They're not fake of anything.
Right,
They're not fake
no.
anything. They're
We
a
got-
real deal.
We got one thing. Listen, I have to make a true confession. Every once in a while, one of those advertisements on the YouTube, not the YouTube, on the Facebook, they get those Facebook ads, and you go, "Holy shit, I really need that." Well, there was.
I know it comes in mine too, and it keeps like showing all these different things.
So I got something from a Facebook ad, and I will show you that. And we're gonna give it a try tomorrow. We're gonna, assuming the weather's good tomorrow. It looks like it's gonna rain tomorrow, but if we get a clearing, I am going to take this tool out and give it a nice test, because if it works, it'll be my new toy.
We'll get there. We'll show you everything.
We're trying.
You're giving a little teaser.
I'm trying to. We got to pace ourselves, folks.
Yes.
We got to.
So stay tuned if you want to know more about.
If you want to know more about
our new special tool.
And not just because we're a tool or I'm a tool, just because. No, just because, folks. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Paul, a friend of my college years, just bought one of those Gardyns, dude. It is awesome. Once a month, you kind of got to take the top off. 2-person job. You could do it with one, but it'd be insane. And clear out the remaining water, because it builds up, especially if you have water that is treated, like New York City's water is treated.
Right. So we get a red film that sometimes not grows, but like builds up on the sides. So you have to
clean it out, wipe it down. Yeah. But it's now, is it economic? Like,
does it grow more food than like does it save you money on food?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it good for your mental health? Yes.
Absolutely.
Your emotional health? Absolutely.
Your physical health? Definitely.
Probably. Yeah, I would say.
Because it's also helping with cleaning the air.
Yeah, that's true. It's an air purifier.
If nothing else.
We love ours. So yeah, we have
to get the snapdragons though. I want something pretty in summer.
Rachel's like, yay! Then in summer I can go flowers on the inside.
Yeah, that too.
The Oak of Antioch is here.
Yay!
Yay! Pudding. So, Rach, you did something for the first time this week.
Yeah, I tried a new exercise. So I was telling you guys last week that, I was looking to work on my strength training, which I have. So I'm working on being regular with that. So I was this week. And then I was also going to try a new exercise, being Zumba. It's like a dance exercise. And it was interesting. I enjoyed myself at it. Zumba is like Latin dance moves, but sort of an aerobic workout. So it's really, to get your heart rate going. I had a really nice calorie burn from it, and it was just really fun. Like you go and you're with a group of people, and if you have like very high energy, fun instructors, then, you'll have a good time. You're in a group of good people, it'll just be fun for you. Nobody has all the moves right. I certainly didn't, I was just like, all right, well, because I was kind of having anxiety before I went in. I was like,
shake it to the left.
yeah,
shake
I'm
it
kind of
to
like,
the
oh
right.
shit, what if I'm the biggest person in there? Like that's something that you think about when you have, significant extra weight. But I wasn't, and I was like, oh, this is cool. All right. There's
Nice.
all shapes and sizes in here. Tiny, big, but all shaking, all doing their thing, in whatever way that they
wait,
could.
you were gonna say all shaking their bacon? Let me what
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, pretty much. So like, yeah, it's like Latin dance moves. So like it started with I knew a lot of the songs, and then they had some with like American songs like Rock Around the Clock, and they had a little medley of that kind of stuff. It was very sweet, so they try to include everybody. And then I was surprised that I remembered how to bachata. But I could do it going back and forth, like to my right and to my left. And then they threw you for a loop and had you do the steps forward and back. And I was like, how the hell do I organize myself to go forward and back with the, in this time, with this technique or step, and then salsa, it took me a little while to get back into, because I always had a hard time with the beat. I think it was a 4 that the 4 you stay on the 3 kind of. It's strange. It's hard to describe it. I don't know how to describe it well, but but it was very nice. And so that's like, oh, you have to come back next week, it's like, yeah, okay. It was fun, so why not?
So
if you have time and you can do it.
Elk wanted, before you explained it all, the Elk wanted to know if you were deadlifting.
No. I haven't been deadlifting.
No. Neither am I.
I haven't. I've been doing with my TRX, so it's like body weight exercise. And then I do have weights that I know how to use. So in the past I've done RDL, Romanian deadlift.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Where it's basically to, I guess, strengthen your butt and your hamstrings. But yeah, I've done that in the past, but I'm working my way up to get there again.
I'm working my way back to you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She grandma calls it modern jazzercise.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's fun.
Is this like Dancing with Jane Fonda?
No, she wasn't really dancing. That was more. No, that was more jumping about.
Okay. I don't know. My mother had that on VHS. I never watched it.
I never had Jane Fonda. No.
No Jane Fonda.
No.
Did you have a stepper?
No, I never had that. One of my roommates back in the day had the stepper. And I would use a stepper for certain things, because like certain strengthening, with weights.
I was about to say it's a step stool, but I guess you actually used it as a stepper.
Yes, I would use it as a stepper, because it's, while it has some height, it doesn't have enough height to get to where I need to go in the kitchen. Or
I'm just, if I can't pick on you, who can? Oh God!
But yeah, it's good to, I would use it.
Did our dog got some really good walks, and we've been exploring a neglected park by us. And I say neglected because it's neglected by us.
Yes.
Okay. And it's one that is a lot small. We go to Juniper Valley Park a lot because you can do a circle of the park, and it's about a mile. Pretty good walk. And
yeah, it's nice because it's like you know what you've walked, and you don't,
and
have to worry.
and people are spread out. The other
Mhm.
park, which is actually called Elmhurst Park, and if you remember New York about 20 years ago, and you ever listened to 1010 Wind, you would hear the chopper report. Traffic is backed up to the Elmhurst gas tanks on the LIE, Long Island Expressway. Well, about I don't know how many years ago now, 10 years ago.
Gotta be.
I mean, the gas
I
tanks
think
were out
just
for.
after we married it opened.
Well, no, it was Easter Sunday. We took Shannon there the first time, so Shannon had to be old enough to enjoy it, not being in a
Maybe
stroller.
she was 3.
3, so yeah. Then I think it's
Yeah,
it's
at least 10 years
it's
now.
about 10 years.
Mhm.
This park was being built on the remains of these huge gas tanks, and it's a beautiful park.
They did a great job, the city.
But what's great is that we can actually walk to the park, do a circle of the park, and then walk back. And
Well, the funny thing was, for years he would insist to drive.
yeah, it's just a
to
habit. It was a habit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, but we can. It's walkable, and so we just started to do that in the last couple of weeks.
The elk. To be honest, I've been dabbling in the gym for 40 years.
Oh,
The time I made the most gains quickly was deadlifting in my 40s with a patient and knowledgeable trainer. I don't think I've ever felt better. Okay.
That's really cool.
And having a good trainer is always good.
Yes.
When I was doing physical therapy, I had some really good trainers that could show me what to do and have the right form, and then do it well when I go home.
Yes.
And and I started after a sedentary period and just learned proper form, lifting an empty bar for a week.
Yeah.
And then very small weights, and then I gained strength like a rocket.
Nice.
And that's we should probably it's the summertime. We're gonna have a lot of interesting topics because the summer leads itself to interesting topics.
Sure.
One of which is going to have to be how to keep a routine going when you go away on vacation, whether it's conventions, whether you're going to a resort, whether you're visiting family. We will have at least an episode dealing with that.
Yeah. How do you stay on
Rach
track?
Rach is good with it. I mean, I find at conventions, I always get my walking in because I just do a hell of a lot of walking at conventions, and like my watch reads all my walking, and it's like, hey, you've walked 1.4 miles in the convention itself.
And that's good.
Yes.
But
there's Rach does more. Rach
often more that you need to kind of have.
That's
like you're not going to get that, whether it's a yoga buzz or like a walking buzz, like that buzz that you get from doing like an endurance thing, like doing something a little bit difficult for yourself for longer than 20 minutes, there's a certain feeling that comes from that, and there's a certain feeling that comes in your body and to your muscles and joints when you do that. And when you don't do it, or I find when I don't do it, it hurts. Yeah. It's more painful when I don't.
But the price of getting old also is that you become your own weather vane, and you can kind of predict.
Yeah.
I knew yesterday. It's like, oh, we're gonna have rain tomorrow at some point. Rain's coming in tonight. I could feel it in my knee walking up those stairs yesterday. I was like, oh my God. And that's just that's part of your body. I guess becoming a better weather predictor in the end. But I don't know if it was meant to be that way. Maybe it was.
It's all the wisdom.
All that wisdom is in my right knee. I don't know why the hell that is, but all that wisdom is in my right knee. Welcome, Tom. So, oh God, I'm having senioritis. I'm having one of those moments. Hold on, I'll get there. Paul, learned recently that my right knee warranty is ending. Getting it scoped on June 6th. Knee replacement in 8 to 10 years. Physical therapy on the near horizon. Yeah, I've still got the original knees.
Me too, by God's grace.
Yeah. So,
And some of mine, like, is like some of the pain I get is not legit pain. It's just my my brain is getting bum data from my joints because of the lower estrogen levels in them because of the medicine that I have to take for the cancer. So yeah. It's just always like if I have pain or like clicking, I'll just like ask the ortho when I see them, like it shouldn't be anything, but
if it is
it hurts here. And it makes this noise.
it's funny because my ortho one time, was like, hey, listen, if the shoulder gets any worse, let me know. We can do an injection. And then the next time I went, that offer was off the table because I guess I had a little bit more movement to my shoulder than I had the prior time. Mm-hmm. So, and I was like, holy crap! All right, because getting the injection is something that you're like curious about, and at the same time scares me.
Yeah, I'm terrified of that.
And the reason why, and my experience with chiropractic, not my direct experience, my family's experience, is that you start going to a chiropractor and you never stop going.
Oh, that's not cool.
That you always need the adjustment, that you always need that.
And that you can't do it yourself. Or there's not lifestyle things that you can do to
so that's why there's certain things that I'm like, ooh, I don't even want to start. I don't even want to get close to it. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it far, far away.
Right. Is the pain disrupting my life right now? No.
So.
Is it annoying? Yeah. Does it prevent me from going anywhere or doing something? Probably not.
Probably, possibly, maybe at times. I don't know. So listen, since we are like family here, and I'm going to bounce things off the family here. Rach vaguely knows something about some of this, but we have discussed it. We had a significant recent expense that went over the course of about a year and a half, and it was substantial. Well, it didn't change how we live.
No.
Certainly didn't change how we live. But it certainly was a hit. So I am going to be, and this is I've never, we don't do sponsorships. We don't do, I mean, you get the YouTube ads. God bless you for watching them or whatever, but that is what it is. But we don't do sponsorships. We don't do paid advertising. At the most, I do affiliate links. And what I will be doing is I'll be sharing out affiliate links for Drive-Thru, Humble Bundle, and Amazon in the show notes of all these videos, including this one. And I'll make it as a pinned comment after the live streams are done and the regular videos. I got lazy. I haven't been doing it, but, even if it only brings in a couple hundred, a couple thousand over the course of the year, whatever, we literally have to rebuild our savings. And that's how, at least initially, I'm going to be addressing doing it. And again, I don't ever want to be beholden to some advertiser where I got to say, hey, this person's stuff is awesome. Buy their book, buy their game, buy their video, buy their program, buy their knives. Well, depending on the knives, I guess what you're going to use them for. But I'm being an ass. But honestly, you all expect Rach and I or my co-hosts, whether it's Mike or Glenn or the guys over in a random party, or if I have Don or Tom on as a guest, whoever, I want you to know that what we're telling you is what we believe. You might not have the same feelings about whatever we're talking about. We're talking about a game. You might say, Giant Lands is shit. And I'll tell you, Giant Lands is shit.
Well, and for Henry's health, we could put different things that we use for health.
Yes. We could certainly
whether it's your supplements,
Yeah.
Whether it's...
But it's gonna
some of the tools that I use for
right. But I'm not going to.
exercise or whatever.
I don't ever want to be sitting here, being a salesman to you. That you.
Oh, right. Doing ad reads.
I don't ever want you to feel that we're talking about something because we want you to buy it because it puts money in our pocket. No, I can't do that. I can never.
We
do
have
that.
cells here at Gamer's House.
They're not for sale unless you're at North Texas for the midnight auction. In which case, my soul has been for sale in the past. I think a lawyer bought it. I think Ty bought it. But I'm just saying. TXG, welcome. The Elk. I've looked on them more as a favor you've done me introducing quality OSR material I otherwise would have missed. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I get to talk about stuff and be honest. All right. And I don't have to talk stuff up. And I know other channels do. And listen, I respect a lot of the channels. There are people that do this for a living. I am thankful as all hell. Don't take this the wrong way, but I am thankful that Rach and I have the ability to be retired and I don't have to sell you schlock or sell my soul to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I am blessed that we are not in that situation. But again, we're in a situation where, honestly, we spent well over six figures, basically defending the integrity of what I do. Why Rach and my mother got sued is beyond me. The judge couldn't figure that
Yeah,
out.
I didn't even do anything.
But the initial cease and desist was about getting the information from me on my private conversations that I had, my sources regarding the Witches of the Coast case. That's public knowledge, right? I mean, that was in the cease and desist. And that was asked for later on in the case. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. We were blessed with the right law firm because they told us up front and center, if you are going to are
a journalist,
basically. Yes, you're a journalist. You're a reporter. You don't give up your sources. You don't give up your people. You don't give up your conversations. You die with that. And if you are considering at any point giving up your sources, we are not the law firm for you. And if you give up your sources, we will cease to represent you. Just so you know that up front. And
that's the statement that made us choose them.
So, Paul, we'll go with the full Monty. Our law firm, again, as a blessing, waived our final month's fee, and so I can actually tell you pretty much what the number is. It's $140K. That's not, nobody out there is gonna in this community is gonna go, oh well, that's an easy burden. No, it wasn't an easy burden, but I have integrity. Rach has integrity. My mother has integrity, and because they sued my mother, I had to confer with my mother and go, Mom, how do you want to handle this? And my mother's like, you did nothing wrong. She goes, I'm being sued. I did nothing. She goes, no, you fight this. And God bless my parents for having that attitude. That's the kind of support you need.
Yep.
So, yes, like I said, solid six figures. Tammy, as your lawyer pointed out, you were a journalist and you don't have to give out your sources.
Right.
I intended.
That's protected by law.
Right. Well, basically, but that is what was asked for, and that was what was asked for again with the initial settlement offer. So yeah. Now I do know that there's I would call it a rumor, but if only one person believes it, is it a rumor? Probably not.
What's the rumor?
That WotC bankrolled my defense.
I think that's more of a...
That is certainly not what happened. I can guarantee you that this was all bankrolled by Rach and I.
Yeah, no, that's just sick.
Okay, so anybody who believes that can sit and rotate because that's really.
Take your medicine.
All right, Paul. I'm glad that the stream is no longer dropping frames.
Oh, good.
The mighty Hob.
Hobbs is here.
Yeah, it seems that whenever the courts get involved, only the lawyers win.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, listen, and I've said this before on other streams, and I'm going to say this again. Every experience, if you look at it the right way, even the worst experiences have a huge positive side.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I discussed it last night with Glenn. We talked about Vince Florio and what a piece of shit he turned out to be. But Vince got me into podcasting, which means you wouldn't have these videos, this YouTube channel. Vince introduced me to Glenn Hallstrom, one of my best friends, a solid individual. So, I mean,
it's just life,
Right,
sometimes you have to take the shit to find, you have to wade through the shit to find what's worthy of you, or who's worthy of you.
Tammy, I just wish he would have to pay your legal fees and feel bad for those who are out there who aren't able to hire a great firm. Yeah. See now, Tammy, that, and I'm not saying that's the tactic in this case. I don't know. But that is often a tactic in American law, in civil law, is that you sue with the assumption that your opponent, the person that you're suing, can't afford to litigate. Many people can't. And therefore, you're going to back them into a corner. Or you're going to work on the assumption that in this case, like a homeowner's insurance policy would kick in. We probably...
I don't know that this person thought that far.
Well, because the homeowner's insurance policy will often look for a deal.
Yeah.
Pay out 10 to 20 grand and then probably put you on a non-disparaging agreement that you really don't want to sign, but that's what they probably do. So that was, we didn't go that route, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah, God bless.
But yeah, it's not it's
yeah, you were the surprise.
Yeah.
Mr. Money Man.
TXG. I don't understand why you can't sue him for mental anguish and defamation of character. The thing is,
we weren't guided towards
that because
everything was done through alts and
so there is like a farm of anonymous oppressors or abusers out there, not just abusing Rach and I, but Tom and Tammy,
anyone
Don and his
who
family.
Wasn't taking any shit,
right? And they're anonymous, so you cannot say who for sure it is. We've even seen this come up in the Watty case. All right, so if you can't say for sure who it is, you've got to go through the court. It's a lot of stuff, and
interestingly, there's a lot of things that could be very obvious to you,
right? But isn't
obvious to a judge who has to go different.
Well, they have to see, like,
there's a way.
There's the common sense. This is what happens, and then there's the law, which is looking at if it has to fall between X and Y. My law firm was not going to basically have me pay the traditional fees for something that they did not think would likely be enforceable. That they worked
because they kind of knew like how anonymous mail and how the disclosure of who is behind these accounts is it's protected information, almost like drug and alcohol treatment information. Like they don't give that out.
Right. It's a long process.
You have to have a court order to get that.
And even then you might not.
And you might not get it.
And so, it's all my law firm was very good at the risk versus gain assessment.
Yeah.
And like, we could do this, but we advise, and for them it would be extra money, right? Because you're gonna pay them extra fees. And they were like, we don't believe that the outcome will likely be beneficial to spend these extra fees. We're not telling you can't. We're just telling you it's probably not beneficial for you.
Yeah.
And, if you are smart, and I believe I'm a smart person, you listen to your attorneys. It's the reason why you have attorneys, right? is you listen to them. If they tell you it's probably not the wise route, they're the professionals. If a cop tells you something regarding law enforcement and tells you, I wouldn't do something, and they're the cop, you kind of go, oh, well, Officer Stein said. And you're like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. If a lawyer gives you advice, and they're being paid to give you advice, not when they're giving you advice out of their ass, because I'm a lawyer, but I'm not representing you, so don't consider this to be legal advice. Then that's not legal advice. When they are obligated to give you the best counsel they are able to give, you should respect it. That's my opinion. It's just like, I'm not going to, oh, look at you, Rach. You got a thumbs up of your head. You look lovely.
Oh, I am.
I'm not going to tell a surgeon how to put my stents in when I had to get my stents in from my heart. I was like,
yeah, we're not really qualified for that.
I
got to see if this is going to work. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, Mighty Hop. That's really hard to prove. The elk for $140K. Yes, he could probably sue the bankrupt guy for $140K. Yeah. RPG Graham, I just think it sucks the harassment this guy has and is putting people through.
Yes.
Now a guy in New Zealand, and what was done to with the tenkars-tavern.games shipment is criminal. And in my opinion,
disgusting.
It very well might be, but that is stuff that plays out in courts that we probably will never have access to, because civil matters play out publicly. All right, criminal matters are certainly subject to a lot more restrictions, and you don't know what's going on in a criminal court until the ball lands in somebody's lap. It's kind of like hot potato. When a hot potato lands in your lap, then you know. Before that, everything is under lock and seal. So
it's kind of confidential.
It's very confidential. Because
if they're investigating it, yes.
Yeah, and
I guess they're investigating it even through trial, because it's kind of open.
Or they could be. Again, who knows? Again, we don't know. There's no magic phone to pick up and go, hey, is there I wish there was, because if I had those connections, I'd certainly be making those calls, but there's no way of knowing. RPG Grandma, I'm supposed to shut up, or I'm supposed to shut up or else too. Welcome to the family, Grandma.
Yeah, it's like, good luck with that. It's not that type of party with Grandma.
Yeah. The elk. I worked as a de facto bylaw enforcement officer in a national park. Going to court was so expensive for us, we had to hire a Crown attorney. We had to budget a year in advance, and it was a waste of money. We only did it for extreme safety reasons. We tried and tried to resolve out of court, and we were the government. Yeah, I mean, and that makes a lot of sense. I'll be honest with you. There are people that make a business out of suing governments, like the NYPD. Government, I think I've mentioned this in the past. Back in, I guess I was still a cop, so probably 99. Yeah, probably back in 99 or so. I got sued for $2 million. Well, me, my partner, my sergeant, and a bunch of John Doe and Jane Doe narcotics officers. And we were flat out told by the corporation counsel, the city's lawyers that handle this, that in the end, she expected that they would pay out $10,000 to $15,000 per day this person awaited trial. So if they spent the long weekend in jail before getting arraigned in front of a judge, they could be looking at $20,000 to $30,000. So some people just make a business out of that. And this person that was suing us did this frequently. I mean, that was and they were 17 at the time, and they already had like 4 prior lawsuits.
Wow.
It was spot on, interesting.
Yeah.
Tom, I think there are people who may not actually listen to the advice of their lawyer. Oh, there's certainly.
Right.
I listen. I've seen it play out in court, and if you go so far as in traffic court to hire an attorney, when they tell you to shut up, you shut up. If they tell you don't say anything, let me talk, shut your mouth and let them talk, because you're probably digging yourself a hole. And I witnessed that a couple of times. And you're only hiring an attorney in traffic court
because you have that many points on your license.
Yeah, you are looking to not get your license suspended, and just learn to shut your yap. RPG Grandma, I hope someone gets charged for falsifying that tip. Tom, so it's essentially possible that the hot potato is a sort of Damocles waiting to fall on somebody's head. Yeah, listen.
What does that mean, Damocles?
It's a sword. It's a sword of Damocles, and it is the sword. RPG Grandma, karma is a thing. So we just got to stand by and wait to see, I guess.
Yes.
Well, what do they say? Justice, much like revenge, is best served cold.
Yeah.
Look at it this way: a lawsuit, a civil suit, and by the way, some anonymous individual commented on Don's live stream that they're going to they can always refile. Whatever, but it took 18. It took 18 months. 18 months for this bullshit to play out.
Well, for it to play out and not even really do much.
Right.
It took 18 months for a dismissal.
Okay. So going back to that lawsuit where I was being sued for $2 million, or part of a $2 million lawsuit, I got deposed on that lawsuit. I got deposed in that lawsuit. I was no longer a cop in the 401 precinct. I was a sergeant, but I was no longer a sergeant in the 26 precinct. Oh. I was now a sergeant in internal affairs. So I was now 2 commands later in probably 3 or 4 years. So the kid didn't take the deal, by the way. He was so I had to get deposed by the city's attorney and the kid's attorney.
He really thought he had something there.
Yeah. And, I got to tell my story about getting kicked under the table by my PBA attorney at my CCRB hearing because I told the truth and I got kicked for it. It's another story for another day. Let me catch up to you this, and then we'll start. We're running late.
We have to do our show and tell.
We got to do a show and tell.
Yeah, we have to segue.
So, Tom, I like my revenge served by Klingons with batleth swords. Cold or hot is irrelevant. Fair enough. Tammy, you and Rach dealt with all this with so much grace on air and had to been so angered and frustrated behind the scenes. If we allowed our here, look, and this is going to be a real peek behind the screen. I wouldn't let Rach get worked up. She would occasionally it's just fine. She'd occasionally get worked up. She'd be like, especially when we had to pay her for another bill. Oh, I got your hair cut. Oh my God. And I'd be like, listen, just take this for the entertainment value. Take this for the entertainment value. Yeah, man. I was like, just what else would we do with this money? All right. We had it invested. And the market was doing shit. So I would have lost some of it anyway. This one,
it's starting to bounce back.
Yeah, no. At least we didn't have to. At least we didn't have to spend every last cent. But so just I wouldn't let it stress us. I did not gray. My hair didn't go any grayer, and I didn't lose any more
Mine
hair.
either.
So, because honestly, if you allow something like that to get to you, then even if you win, you don't win, right? I'm
Me
fuck.
too. Yeah.
Okay. And remember, I was a cop for 20 years. I've been through a lot of shit. Okay. I've had, collars go bad. I've had shit go bad. I've had units just, it's like, crap. You know, and I never once said, hey, man, I really don't want to go to work. No.
Mm.
So why would I do that with my own life? Like, oh, I was going to let this upset me. No. Now, did it distract me? Yes. There's certainly a distraction aspect to that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd go through what I went through, and then I'd be like, okay, well, no,
All right.
let's do this. Yeah.
Yes, RPG Grandma, you can't just refile. And what point does that guy go broke for real?
And there's this thing called statute of limitations too.
Oh.
Not that I even did anything.
I don't think you know what that word means, Rach.
Huh?
Huh?
Which word?
I didn't do nothing. You sound like somebody coming out of prison. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I didn't
wasn't me. I just hit your car. No, it wasn't me.
No,
dude, you just came out of the driver's seat.
I don't know. I don't know who you think you saw.
Oh, yeah. It
wasn't me.
You hit me. How did I hit you as you emerged from behind me? And that's a true story. That is a true story. And it happened right in front of a fucking working police officer who was at the scene for another accident. And then she comes over. She goes, "Are you okay?" She knows I was a cop at the time. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She goes, "He just hit your car." I go, "Yeah." And I'm looking at the damage. I'm like, it wasn't. My car was ready to be traded in for $100. So I was like,
"Oh, this was when Chris was driving."
Yes, and what hit was a church van being driven by somebody with a record.
A checkered past.
A checkered past. And I went to her. I go, "Listen, my damage is minimal. It's not even worth it for me." His butt. He had like dislodged his bumper. He must have had it on by like gum or something like
Spitting
that.
A prayer.
Yeah. I go, I'm willing to leave. She goes, "Please do." I was like, "Go, listen, be safe. Just so you know." I go, "I've been out here like you have." She looked at me. I go, "I'm a sergeant on the job." She goes, "Oh." I go, "I've been out here. I've done this." I go, "God bless you. If you don't mind, I'm gonna continue going." She's like, "Bye." And he's like, "What about me?" And she's like, "You hit him. You should be lucky. Then she goes, "If I run you, are you gonna come up suspended?" And he shut up.
Gotta go bye.
Gotta go bye. So yeah, it's Chris Grandma. People do that.
Have a nice day.
But usually they yell and try to intimidate too here. Well, he was starting with that, but I don't intimidate.
He saw I wasn't going anywhere. He couldn't really do it.
Yeah. And then again, you had a cop nearby in a uniform. What are you gonna do, eh? So listen, we're gonna get to the show and tell because we have.
Yeah, speaking of sidetrack.
Talk about sidetrack. My girl's got him. No, that's Big Bottom from Spinal Tap. Sorry, wrong song.
Where do you want to start?
Why don't we start with the one that's closest?
All right. So for our garden this year, we bought some seeds for sunflowers. And these started about 2 weeks ago. And here they are. They're ready to... Oh, nice. Yes. Now they're ready to go in the ground. So we're going to plant it tomorrow or Monday.
Yep, because they say once the roots are visible... Oh, wow. All right, so the roots are not only just visible, but
They are entangling.
They are holding us into the little thingy in there. So we are going to plant these, and we should have sunflowers probably
In August?
Maybe sooner than that.
Really?
Yeah, they are looking really, really good, though. I gotta say.
Yeah.
So that's numero uno. Okay.
What next?
Yeah. Give me the toy. Give me the toy. Give me the toy. So now this is the one. This is the thing. The marvelous thing that I saw on Facebook, and I went, ooh.
So it attaches to a drill.
Attaches to. So we have a wireless drill. We're going to charge up overnight, and then and then I get to. Now our front yard, especially, is.
It's very rocky out there.
Oh, and not only rocky, it's rooty. It is.
Oh, that too.
It is full of plants everywhere. There are roots everywhere. Tom, intimidation seems to be a common ploy by makers of crappy games.
Yeah.
David Floor just got some intimidation recently. Oh yeah, by Steve Deinhardt.
Oh,
Wonderfilled.
Wonderfilled winner.
Wonderfilled powers activate. Form of an asshole. Sorry, it's a Super Friends joke. If
I remember that.
Oh.
And I'm usually really shit for pop culture.
Oh, then hold on, Rachie. Come on. You gotta get yeah. Ding! I'll be a pail of water. I'll be a purple ape. Jesus. All right. So in any case, yes, drill auger, and I am waiting to put this through its paces because I detest, mind you, that's a strong word, and I'm going to use it again. I detest having to plant in that front yard, but I love the results when we do. But I mean, I have a special shovel that has a groove side so it can cut through roots, and a sharpened end that I can actually like take a knife sharpener to, and I hate having to work in that front yard.
We have to go to the Home Depot tomorrow to get dirt and a couple more azalea.
But your grandma.
Lost that one from last year.
Captain Planet makes the Wonder Twins look awesome. Okay. But they had like Gloop or Gleep. What's the name of their monkey? The Super Twins monkey. I never understood it.
Not sure. I don't remember that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward. They had different sizes. I think I got the largest size because I figured if I have too big a hole, I just got to fill it in. If I have too small a hole,
you have to dig it again.
Yeah, what do I do? Like make multiple holes? I didn't think it would be so special. So I figured there we go.
Nice. And we have that crazy big shovel with the.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. The one with the sides that are serrated like on the.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, and I know. Tom, I hated the Wonder Twins as a kid, but damn if I don't like quoting them now as an adult. Exactly. You can't help yourself. And if I could do that little sound effect, like when they change scenes for Super Friends, whatever, you know.
Yep.
They've done it on South Park when they had Jesus and his Super Friends.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my God. All right, so put this back on the kitty tree, Rach. The kitty tree. Oh my lord, the kitty
we bought
tree.
These because we have to have it.
That's only a tissue. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
Peonies. I love perfumes with peony, and when I saw these, I said, we have to have those. And it looks like they can grow here. So,
Spring to summer bloomer, full sun to partial shade. That is our perfect front yard.
Watch them not smell like anything. Watch peony just be a fantasy note.
It smells like rotting coconut shells. No, I don't know. Great in borders and containers. 3 feet tall. Okay.
3 feet tall. It's going to be. It has to be 24 to 36 inches apart because there's 2 of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will be happening shortly.
Yeah, these guys are going to go in the front to the side
Yes.
so that they get enough sun. And so that we can sniff them.
The Mighty Hob, there was a funny ad for Wonder Twins where Zan said, I could be beaten by a sponge. It wouldn't even have to be an evil sponge. I'm afraid. Tammy peonies are my absolute favorite. They smell so nice. Oh, there they smell, Rach.
Yes. Good.
Tom, there's a lot of TV shorthand I use these days that goes over the head of young people. Meanwhile, at the Halls of Justice and the 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
Gilligan's Island.
Yes. The weather started
the Halls
getting
of Justice?
That was the Halls of Justice. It was the Super Friend.
Oh, yeah. I was like, why is that so familiar?
Meanwhile, at the Halls of Justice,
yes,
Batman is playing tiddlywinks with Robin as he watches the monitors or whatever. Then, of course, but then if you read the comic books, Justice League had a Justice League satellite. They lived on a satellite. But what about the guys who didn't get up there? Oh, they transported. Just saying. Not spraying. So, yes, we have to go to Home Depot. We got to buy soil.
Yes.
We got to buy plants. Plants. We were going to grow from seed, and we actually had a whole.
We were a little too late.
We were a little too late. They wouldn't have been done in time. So they're actually pretty cheap. Not that I'm saying if you want to, grow your own plants, but on Amazon, you had a set of, I think it was 12 little plants per planter times 4. Each had their own top and light, and you could plug it into the USB, and it was like, I don't know, 15
But we
bucks.
have that for next year.
Yep.
Or if we want to do the watermelons, we have to get started.
Yeah, we got to get the watermelons out there.
Out there? Go in the ground first? Or
yeah, we can put
build
them in
it.
we can
grow it from the plant.
We can put them in the ground first.
Oh.
Jen Glazer wants to know, how's the indoor garden? Have you had that for a year now? We have had it since our
anniversary.
A month before our anniversary. It was
since October of last year.
Yes. So over 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's been doing. The biggest surprise for me is how well the strawberries do. That's the biggest surprise.
Yeah, that's the most fun.
And the surprise about the strawberries is I'll pick strawberries and then come back the next day and go, wait a second, is that a hint of red? And I find a strawberry that is overripe. When I say overripe, it is now losing some moisture. And you would go, oh, well, these are the sweetest. They are so sweet. It's like popping candy.
Yeah.
But if you left them outside to get to size,
the animals would have
eaten it long before. When we have strawberries outside, we're going to get out there, making it turn this into a rock and roll garden. No, we always enjoy our gardening, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It does a lot of stress relief. It allows you to know what you're putting on your plate.
Right, and it's fun. It's teamwork too.
Yes. So like today, we did a lot of weeding in the front yard. So Rach and I were pulling out ivy, and there's this weed that, I don't know, started
in the back.
Yeah, it started in the back. It's been around in, you know what? Just about when I retired, it started to notice it. So
it's that sticky.
It's a sticky weed that grows real fast. Sometimes it grows along the ground. Sometimes it grows straight up. And the dog likes to chew on it. No fucking idea why. But
she's going to be very disappointed because she doesn't find it.
Yeah.
When she goes out tomorrow.
It's like, where did it go? What's my weed? But I pull that out incessantly. But we also have ivy in the front yard now. I think we've mentioned this house has been in the family for generations.
Yeah.
So my mother, when she got married, part of her wedding bouquet or whatever they call it when you get married.
Yeah.
All right, wedding bouquet was ivy, had ivy in it. So she planted a piece of that ivy in the front yard, and she rooted it in, I guess, a glass of water. And when they had established some roots, she planted it in the front yard and planted it in the backyard. And let's go ahead over 50 years later, and it's
quite invasive.
it's like fuck. So literally just pulling out ivy.
Yeah, so today I was like taking it off of the brickwork, the masonry work, and out from like our raspberry bushes and our seagrass, and making the seagrass look good, like taking out all the dead grass
and honestly with the seagrass, I thought I was gonna have to burn it out one year. I was doing research on how, because you can't, it is impossible to get rid of, and it was just getting
maybe it's
large.
okay to embrace it, but just
if you keep it controlled,
cutting it back, and
if you keep it controlled, it was getting out of control.
Yeah,
it was beginning to be like a tumor in the front yard, and then I was really getting to the point where it's like, if I do light it up with gasoline, how bad is that? I mean, do I have to do that with the hose out there all ready to go?
Well, then they also said like vinegar.
Yeah,
vinegar and
but I didn't want to like poison the yard.
Everything else and not be able to grow anything for a long time. So
Rach has been really good over the last. You've been doing this now for 3 years. You've been cutting that back.
I think so.
It's the third year, so it looks really, really good. And
I feel like it was easier this year than the past years so far.
So no complaints. It was easier for you this year because it didn't take like last year. I think that was like a whole afternoon just chopping it out. And this was just the better part of an hour. So it was good. So this is.
We're gonna have to take pictures of these things and post them for you guys. So that you can see what we're talking about.
Not just like, oh, they're full of shit.
It was good work today.
It was very good.
We teamwork too, and he'll like dig the thing.
Like when we plant, I generally
he usually dig, and then I bend or squat and put the plant in or the seed in or whatever.
Tom, laugh out
loud.
Earth
boxes they're lower to the ground, so I do those.
Tom, laugh out loud. Window washing in a bosun seat, and you hit the ivy on a building on a hot day where you were covered in sweat. Ivy is just dirt and bird droppings, and all that sticks to you. Just miserable. Yeah, in those cases, that's pretty much what ivy is. It's this ivy growing closer to the ground is less bird droppings, but when you have it just growing up the side of the house or side of the building.
Oh yeah, because they live in that.
Yeah. Go figure.
Glad we have been getting to it early, or
we'll probably have to do it again midsummer.
Yeah.
But
because it was like had invaded like all around by the hose and where you get the water out.
Yeah. No, one of the best things that my parents did is, we had a hose in the back, but you had to go in from the basement, and we have a hose in the front. And the hose in the front is by the front. I guess it's a porch still, but a stoop, and it was too close to the new stoop when we had the stairs replaced. You keep on scraping your fingers just turning it, and they had a plumber come and pull it out and then adjust it to the side, and now we got 2 spigots coming off it, so I can have a hose for the front and a hose for the back. So they did me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty.
Tomorrow we have to weed the raised bed and get the 2 new raised beds for the sides
filled
going.
Yeah, we have one already assembled. We got to assemble the other one.
I wonder if we'll be able to find tomatoes tomorrow and cucumber.
You say tomatoes. I say tomatoes. Tomatoes. Tom, we did a 17-story building, and the ivy was up to the 4th floor.
Holy shit.
And my boss offered to let me go in the seat, and he would just push the rolling rig. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. It's like,
But it sucks because it just clings to
Yeah.
that brick.
it clings to the brick. It clings to like the mortar between the bricks.
Yes.
Really, is what it does. So it's not good for the brickwork because that mortar is just a little bit more porous than the bricks themselves, and
I guess.
Yeah. So, but
when I was pulling, I was like, "Damn," and I'm afraid to take the glove off because
because you know what you got to touch. And so, when you look at our front yard, I say I because I planted it with Rachel's help, but we have our older raspberries on the right side, and now they've been established enough that they're spreading a little bit, like giving us volunteers, as we call them. But on the left side, I have 3 other raspberry bushes, and we had a hot summer last year. I was nervous about them. Well, they've already got blossoms. So
I'm so curious about those blackberries in
the
backyard.
My God, the blackberries!
Because the plant is so weird. It's like kind of hairy.
Yeah, it is. We had so many blackberries last year, but when we wanted to harvest them, all the birds were going crazy. The blackberries were definitely being.
Somebody was enjoying that.
Yeah, we might have to get netting this year. And I think we have a blackberry volunteer in the raised bed. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, cool.
So maybe I'll transplant him to the front. And I think my father's done destroying my front yard. Now that he's found where the leak was into the basement.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we have anything in the front yard anymore. Like a couple of bricks here and there.
Yeah,
but
I think we can use
that. Just got forgotten about.
Yeah, the birds must love us for that. Yeah, they certainly do. We used to have a mountain ash tree when I was a kid, up until probably right before Rach moved in.
Oh, well, that's good because I'm allergic to ash.
And when those orange berries were in there, oh my God, it was never ending. Well, you just hear the birds just chirping away and loving on it. Blackberries are invasive and will take over. Yes, we are learning that. Raspberries spread much slower than blackberries. Blackberries are certainly getting aggressive, but I can cut them back. You know, I might.
I'll have to check that out.
I may root some and bring them up to the Poconos.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or just take the volunteer.
Well, you could root it?
Yeah. They root pretty easily.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you get the volunteers. So the volunteer that's in the raised yard rate, just so you know, it's from a branch that
it's already
dipped
attached.
Over and it started to root. We had one last year.
We had that last year too.
I moved it to the front, and then my pop killed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's
well,
their enemy.
It's okay. He killed the blueberry bush.
The blueberry that was in the back right.
That he planted.
Well, he planted it because he felt bad that he broke all the other ones.
And then he killed the blueberry bush.
Just from throwing shit all over. Random crap.
Yeah, random crap. Yeah. All right, folks. We are going to bid you all adieu. Adieu. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed listening to our gardening experience, journey, whatever it is.
Folks, again, thank you for all the support.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Appreciates it. It's the reason why I call this a community. And I call the OSR a community, and there are a bunch of knuckleheads on another side of the spectrum. I don't even think it's a political spectrum. I just think it's
some other type of spectrum.
Some other type of spectrum. The OSR is not a community. Well, you know what? There are people that associate with the OSR that have formed a community. If they want to call it a community, it's a fucking community. And it's one of the most giving, sharing communities, not just money-wise, but of time, of effort, of skills, and never forget that. It really makes me proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Night, Tom.
Nice.
Tammy, a middle girl, graduated college today, and we were home in time to be with our friends.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody. I swear to God,
Yes.
this is every week goes by so quickly, and then this show goes by so quickly. And I'm like, we're done already.
Yeah.
Family first, but this group is full of friends and those we consider to be like family.
Yes.
Over to Grandma. Good night.
Good night, Grandma.
Laters. And like I said, if you're gonna, first of all, if you're gonna support an online like bookie app, right? Barstool Sports, and I don't do online gambling, but they support officers, not just the NYPD. They did one. We also got one for an upstate sheriff that was killed in the line of duty. They do it for other law
enforcement. They do it
enforcement.
across the country when they hear about some
uh,
horrible thing happening to a first responder.
So I mean, God bless. That's what I am very happy to support, and I hate shirts with a crew neck, and I like this shirt. Okay,
crew neck be damned.
Crew neck be damned. I want a V-neck, but you know what? I'll be wearing this one at North Texas. That's for sure. All right, folks. Catch you all again in a week. Well, you'll find me. You'll find me here.
Yep.
Here.
All day, every day. Just Josh.
Not all day, every day, but every. I don't miss a day, right? I don't miss a day.
You don't miss a day.
I don't miss a day. God bless, folks.
Not allowed.
Be good.
Take care and thank you again.